G'day everybody, December 14th, and it's been miserable the last 2-3 days, cold. I was gonna make a video prior to this, but it was too damn cold for that. So they knocked down bale number 2 of that, and then through the cold blows and stuff, when and what really they cleaned up this bale on that was in the windbreak. Yesterday there wasn't much left of it, and then last night the wind blew in from the south and piled snow above it, but they can get to the other side of the windbreak, and you can actually see they did. They were on the other side of the windbreak. They're not stupid, they know how to go to get out of the wind. So they came in along here, and they got a spot where they trampled down there, and some of them laid down. I can see spots where they are laying out of the wind. I mean, nothing's perfect in the world. You get wind from all directions. This south wind that came in last night was probably blowing at about, I want to say 50 mile an hour. There's my float pulling behind the quad, and it just keeps kind of packing down the trail and leveling it out as we go. Every time I come down, I do that. Let's take a little ride around and show you what these guys are doing. Sometimes you don't make it through the first pass. Sometimes you gotta back up and take a run at it. And I got this thing all locked up. She's in diff lock. Oops. Unhook the float. See if we can get out of this. Okay, we'll go come back and get that later. So as you can see, these guys are going through the bales real good. They're not. I'm still happy with the amount that they're not wasting. Like, they're really not wasting that much. And that bale that was in the windbreak, it took them about maybe 3.5 days to knock it down and use it up. We haven't still, this is the first one right here where they knocked it down. Still haven't knocked this one down. So you can see there's a lot of fine kochia and some lentils in this one, but it is what it is. But they're going through, and I'm happy with it. And what I'm likely going to do here in the next few days, because it's going to be warm out, is I'm likely going to go get another batch of bales and be ready for them. Have them on my trailer. I pick up 9 bales at a time, and have them on my trailer, and then I'm just going to bring 8 down here. And I'll set them up kind of along this line here, about 25 feet off, and put one back in the edge of the windbreak so that they got something there. I'm just real happy with the way they're going through this, and you know, it's not grade A hay, but they knocked her down and went through it pretty good. And like when you look down at the ground, until they get the bale knocked over, they're right down to the ground here. That's and as they eat in, yeah, they're gonna knock it over and they're gonna fluff it around, but that's okay. There's really not that much there when they get done with it, and I don't care. Like I said, 4 miles away, 80 bucks a bale. And they eat it. Couldn't care less what they leave. The microbes will clean it up. Okay, I'm gonna go, I'll pause you. I'm gonna go chop the water hole, and then we'll give you an update there. I'm sure these guys are gonna follow me back, but they're not too overly excited right now. I'm gonna hook onto my float again and try not to get stuck this time. She's winter out here, a hell of a blow last night. Like I said, she blew in hard, but it is what it is. It's winter time. Talking a bit here, I'll put you on pause. Okay, cows are coming for water. I chopped them a new hole so you can see the progression. So here's the fourth. I go on an angle because that's your corner. So this was the last one I was doing. It was getting shallow. Last time I opened it up, I was in the mud, and they don't like that. Second one, and the first one's right here. It's buried in. Come on, girls. And I'd say we got about 10 inches of ice. And I'm going to tell you a little trick that I do, and I don't know if everybody does this or if it's a common thing. So when I make a new hole, I chop a bowl in the frozen ice above where the water, the freeze line is. I clean out all of that stuff, and I get close to where I think see how when it's clean and they're not in the mud, they come right up and drink. If you get in the mud, they taste it and they look at you and they go, what did we do to piss you off today? Why are you making us drink that crap? Same water, they just don't like it when you stir the mud up. So I chop a bowl into the ice. So if the ice is 10 inches deep, I try to go about 8 inches deep. Clean out all of the clippings and stuff. And then I just smack through the very bottom, just make a hole. And that way there's still a little bit of an ice basin in the bottom. And if they get pushed into it, they kind of have a place to stop before they go right down. So that's one of the tricks that I do. And that little hole about that big in the bottom, one axe, it's one axe chop is what it is. The water just pushes up from the bottom, and then you'll get a pocket there, and it's like an insulated pocket, and you'll only freeze 1 inch or 2 deep on a cold night. And a lot of times on a warm night, you won't freeze at all. We've got some plus weather coming in here. Supposed to be hit +4 today, +7 tomorrow, +3 or 4 the next day. And I don't even expect I'll have to chop the water hole, but I'll still be around to check them. So they're coming in. They're not dying of thirst because they're not running to it. I chopped it yesterday, and they've been eating. See, when they do this, they're just establishing their pecking order, and here comes the steer. He always pushes everybody around. He's kind of an asshole, but whatever. So as you can see, you know, they're just sauntering in and looking this. But that's what I do with the chopped water holes. So thought I'd show you that. I got my float going. It does float a nice little track. Once you make a track and get rolling around, it packs it down nice. So I pull it down here. I've been pulling it down here every time, but it's been storming and blowing and snowing every day. You know, there's going to be times when I won't have to pull it down here because the trail will be open and smooth. But so I did one on December 8th where they knocked the first bale over. So I'm going to put that and this together, and I'll put it up for you guys to watch. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Let me know what you think. Talk to you later. Good day, everybody. It's December the 8th, and they finally knocked the top off of one. But even at that, they haven't made a big mess. They're still kind of cleaning up, and they've been around these other bales, and they're still picking through them and cleaning up as they go. They're not making a huge mess. So I'll give you another update tomorrow on what this one looks like. But they're going through it. Looks okay to me. It is gonna be 0 today, and actually tomorrow they're talking the possibility of rain and wind and just real ugly weather. So anyway, I'll put these two together. Talk to you later. Whenever we get one tomorrow, I'll put it together. Talk to you later. Have a great one.